Dudes Behind the Foods listeners, this podcast is brought to you by PrizePicks. The playoffs are here, and there's no better time to cash in than with PrizePicks, my friends. My go-to spot for winning real money during the season. Pick your favorite players like LeBron to score more than 24 points or Giannis to crush 35, and with just a few taps, you're in the game. Every lineup you enter also gets you a shot at the Takes Two Tickets sweepstakes, a VIP trip to the championship series for you and your friend. It's fast, it's simple. I make my picks in under a minute, and it's seriously the most fun I've had on the playoffs. And don't forget, PrizePicks isn't just for basketball. You can win big on hockey too, picking goals, points, and more. Download the app today and use code DudesFoods to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DudesFood to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Yo, it's the future, baby. We all using different ways to send money, and personally, I F with Cash App, okay? It's safe, it's easy, it's fast, and yo, honestly, I feel like everybody just has Cash App, okay? And check this out, we got a special treat for y'all, okay? For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, that's no catch, okay? Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code, TheFoods, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account just like that. Cha-ching! Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App.
Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. That's actually really fucking good.
A little bit of morning wine from my guy David, so congrats to you, brother.
Yeah, guys. You know what, guys? Let me tell you something, man. That war over in the Middle East. No, just kidding. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Come on, man. This is Foods Bound the Dudes, man.
Hey, guys.
It's Foods Bound the Dudes, man.
Hey, guys. We come around here and talk about food, eh?
I used to do this thing with Chia. I used to crack her up when we were like first dating. I'd have a couple drinks and I'd go, and I'd fall on her and I'd go, "Babe, I'm drunk. I'm so drunk." Have you ever seen your parents drunk?
I saw my mom drunk, yeah. My dad doesn't drink.
Oh, at all?
Yeah, my mom got drunk. My uncle, he's not my uncle, he's my cousin. Okay. But he's only a few years younger than my dad because of my dad's age discrepancy between his older sister.
Okay.
And so my mom used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
So now she doesn't drink at all, but she was drinking with him. This fool drank a whole case of soju, like, you know, that green case, by himself.
Yeesh.
And I thought he was drinking water because he would just fill up a glass.
Damn.
And that fool drank that whole thing by himself that whole night. My mom was drinking with him. She was drunk out of her mind, slurring her words, and she threw up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she was hungover. My dad was pissed.
Yeah, my parents are some drinkers. I've heard my mom puke it up a handful of times in my life. It's a gross sound, too.
Dude, hearing people barf, dog. I saw one of my old college buddies from super long ago, and we were kind of reminiscing about stories. And there was a story that we talked about too where, well, there was one story I talked about, but this other one, it's where he forgot this story, but this dude is so fucking funny. There was a girl that we knew who, not funny, her boyfriend passed away. But then, so, you know, we were getting her drunk. There was like this concert at Riverside. Well, she got so fucking smashed. She like passed out at the concert. And it was like in the middle of the courtyard of Riverside. So I had a firearm carry her.
Dang.
All the way back to her fucking dorm. I don't even know how I did that shit.
Yeah.
Because I was fat as fuck. Shout out to Yesenia. So I took her, and then we're in the apartment. She's throwing up. We had like this bowl because I couldn't make it. So we just grabbed the bowl real quick for her to throw up in.
Ugh.
Our buddy Reese, this guy's so fucking funny. He's holding her head up so she could barf in it.
Yeah.
His brother calls, and he goes, "Oh shit, it's Raj!" And he drops her. She smacks her teeth into the fucking
Oh, no.
We all looked and we're like, "Yo, what the fuck, man?" He goes, "It's my brother. I have to pick up the phone." I'm like, "Dude, you smashed her face." And all you hear is this.
Oh, Lord.
The worst, dude. College times, man.
What's your worst? Are you a drunk puker?
The worst I've ever barfed in my life, and this is just a very specific story. I barfed so much I popped the blood vessels in my eyes.
Oh my God, I think I remember this story.
Yeah, so it was all red. It looked like I had demon eyes.
Oh,
and I had to
God.
work at the Men's Warehouse the next day. It's just the fucking worst, dude.
Oh my God.
I just remember my eyes feeling swollen, like they were gonna burn. Apparently, you can go blind too, like that. And
Yeah, because the socket can just like locate from the.
I
whatever.
don't know. I didn't know about that shit, and it was the worst. We went to this place called Sudworks out in Davis. It's dollar beer night.
Yeah.
It was my birthday.
Mm.
Got smashed. Shout out to my homie Phaedra. She dropped me off. I threw up in a like a Forever 21 or a Zoomies bag in the back of her car.
Oh God.
Which she said that was very nice of me. She was like, yeah. She was like, you actually looked for a bag and you threw up in it. She was like, that was like the most coherent thing a drunk person had ever done. She dropped me off. I went inside. My dad saw me drunk out of my mind. He was screaming. He was like, leave him to die.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I do. Know
Yeah, just doing that shit. It was the worst experience of my fucking life.
I feel like the worst puke. I'm not a big drunk puker, but the one time I puked, I've probably told this story before. It was New Year's at the homie PD Flo's house, and New Year's Eve, and we're so drunk, and I just really needed to poop as well. So I went to the bathroom. I vaguely remember this, but Peter remembers it pretty clearly. And because he was outside the door, and I was pooping, and then I had to puke, but I was trying to puke like in between like my balls and junk and then the hole, you know. So I was like going down, and Peter just hears me go, "Oh!" I said, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh man, I puked on my ding-a-ling."
Oh my God. My
I
ding-a-ling.
puked on my ding-a-ling.
Dude, drunk stories are the best. There was this other dude that we knew. We couldn't stop clowning this fool.
Yeah.
Because he sounded like he was like in the movie Exorcist when he was throwing up.
Ugh.
And we were dying laughing because this fool. So people don't know this, but years ago it was like an inside joke that just kind of caught on my channel where this guy had a lisp. And so for some fucking reason, he would always say this phrase, "Let's get it, let's go." And that was like my phrase that I would keep on the channel, but it was an inside joke making fun of him.
Hilarious.
And it just kind of caught on, so I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
So if you guys used to watch my channel, I used to always say this phrase in every video. It's from this guy, Kyle.
Hilarious.
Because he had this lisp. So he would just be like, "Hey man, let's get it, let's go," all the time.
Hilarious.
So this fool got so fucking drunk, all we heard in this one hallway bathroom was, I have never in my life heard a demon come out of a body, dude. That shit was so fucking loud.
I think we all have that homie that barfs like that. That's
So loud. Like, why are you barfing like that, bro? Who does that?
Barf. I think that's the first time I've said barf too. The word barf.
Yak.
Yak. I'm a puke guy. So one time in Orlando, the homie Tony Koo used to book me for a lot of club events in Orlando.
Oh,
all
Tony.
right?
Yeah.
So one time, dog. Oh my God. All right, this story has layers to it because I love what's called the Irish goodbye. Are you familiar?
No, what is this?
It's when you're at a party or an event and you just leave without saying anything to anybody. It's called an Irish goodbye. And when I'm in Vegas, I love it because you know that your hotel is just a cab ride away or a walk down the block away. So whenever I be at the club in Vegas, I just get the fuck out. I don't say shit to anybody. I wake up to like 30 missed calls and texts. Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive? And then I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And everyone's like, all right, good. Thank God. But in Orlando, doing a club event, and I knew the hotel was just a couple blocks away from the club. So I'm getting drunk. I forget. He had me out there with a handful of people. And I remember just leaving the club. I didn't tell anybody. And I'm drunk, right? And here's one of two things I remember. Walking, I probably told you the story. Walking to the club to go back to the hotel. And I remember, I was like, my God, I gotta pee so bad. And I was like, oh, stroke of drunk genius. I had black jeans on. I was like, I can just pee and no one's gonna know because these are black jeans.
How drunk do you have to be to not even think about the smell of piss and
Bro.
you're like, it's just gonna blend?
So I'm literally walking and peeing.
Tim, you're fucking,
And
get the fuck out of here.
fans started approaching me. Hey, what's up, dog? I love your videos. As I'm peeing and walking, dog, I'm like, oh, what's up, man? What's good? Did not even think about it, right? And then I ran into either fans that were girls or guys, but they're like, yo, let's go get some food. So we go to the food spot.
You pissed
I
yourself?
had pissy jeans and no one knew. Not that I don't know. I don't think anyone knew because I remember getting food.
They're just trying to figure out what the smell is. They don't know it's you.
Maybe they're like, what is that? I'm like, what is that?
Well, what's this? What that?
What that?
What's that smell? Who that? Yeah, that.
What's that smell? White? Why now?
What now?
So the other thing I remember, bro, is being in the hotel lobby and someone being like, hey, yo, come get in the elevator. And I remember running and falling, okay? I remember running and falling, eating shit. And then I don't remember anything else. And then I was in my hotel room and I'm fine, right? Fucking showered, I'm good. I remember I had a little thing, little mark on my chin and my watch was like fucked up. Got on the plane, whatever. Go back home. And I'm talking about years later, bro. I'm talking to somebody from Orlando that was there that night. He was like, yeah, I remember this fool, Tim. You know, we saw him at the hotel lobby, passed out on the ground. And I was like, what? They're like, bro, we saw you fucking on the ground, laid out, knocked out.
Dude, that's the worst.
And they're like, we took you to your room and put you in your bed. And I'm like, so that when I fell, I fucking knocked out and I didn't even realize it. And here's what's funny. I woke up that day and I put my Vans on and I'm like, why are my Vans wet? And then I smelled my Vans. I'm like, did I piss myself?
Dude,
and that's when it all came back to me.
That is disgusting, dude. You get your shit together. That is insane.
Can you imagine our 20-something-year-old kids having stories like this?
Oh, they're not going to.
They 100% will.
My kid is going to be a Mormon, and he's not doing any of this.
They're the
shit.
worst. They do it secretly.
Oh my God, he's gonna be soaking.
He's gonna be soaking
That's it.
and paying someone $50 to bounce on the bed.
We're gonna have such an open relationship. He goes, Dad, can you bounce on the bed? I was just fine. Just like he's on the Bjorn. It's like, I did this to you when you were a kid. Dude, that is fucking wild, man.
Yeah.
I don't have too many of those type of stuff, but there's a lot of fight stories just because there's always somebody that wanted to fucking scrap, dude. And I hated it.
Maybe you're the common denominator, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm like the fish out of water. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, I'm hanging around people who tend to be a little violent. I'm just not the violent one. But you can't be the person that's not going to jump in with your friends because then you're the fucking asshole bitch. You know, I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what are we doing here? I used to hate going out with this one specific dude. I won't say his name. But this guy, so fucking aggressive. He would just like purposely start shit with people without even knowing that he's starting shit with people because he was just so mean. There's no other word besides saying mean.
And he was drunk?
He did it when he was sober. When he was drunk, it was 10 times worse. And he would always be like, what's that fool looking at? It's like, he's looking at you because you're staring at him.
Right.
It's not the other way around. And you know when they're drunk, they get super fucking loud. I remember one time, and there was an older homie that got kind of irritated at his shit. And the older homie's like super chill, but then he's a big dude. Like he did like roids when he was like 14, just this jack guy. And the guy was like mouthing off to somebody. It was like some random college student in Davis, right? It's a college student, right? But a lot of dudes
At
would
UC Davis?
Yeah, so but a lot of dudes would go to Davis because a lot of girls were there. So you know,
Yes.
so a bunch of random people. You know, we don't go to the college, but we would go to Davis.
Yeah. UC Davis had baddies.
Yeah.
Crazy. Continue.
Yeah, so we would go to this one spot. It's called Ket Marie.
Okay.
You know, people would just go dance club or whatever, whatnot. And this guy, the guy with the temper, had just gotten dumped by his girl.
Okay.
So, you know, it's going to be a disaster. First of all, I've never seen somebody get manhandled by somebody else like they were a croissant. like so light and delicate. This fool, we were walking by this jewelry store in Davis and he was acting up.
Yeah.
Just like punching fucking walls, punching like the store windows. They're like a lot of mom and pop shops out in Davis.
God. Yeah.
And the big homie who's hella buff just looks at him. He was like, yo, knock that shit off. Like, let's just get into the cab and go home. And he was like, no, fuck you. I was like, uh-oh. And the first thing I thought was like, oh shit, this fool will kill you. And what he does to him, I shit you fucking not.
Yeah.
We hail a cab and he's still punching this wall of this like fucking store. This fool grabs him by the top of his dome. Like this.
Yeah.
Like straight up like this. Smacks his head into the wall. Throws him to the floor, drags him, and throws him into the fucking cab. And he's like, get your drunk bitch ass home, you fucking pussy ass bitch. Fuck. And the dude is like knocked out in the cab, and I have to go in the cab and take him home. This was all fucking bloody.
Oh, God.
I was so scared. Because you know, like when you see a quiet guy get mad, you know it's game over. I just remember thinking like, oh, this guy's gonna die, dude. Drunk, angry people are the worst.
Yeah, I've always been a happy, horny drunk. That's me.
I'm a happy drunk too.
Yeah.
And I don't like drinking when I'm upset. I only drink when I'm in a good mood.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been drunk and upset at the same time.
I feel like it's a waste of alcohol.
And plus, motherfuckers, like, I feel like that's someone that watches too many movies. Oh, I need a drink. I'm depressed. I need a drink. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Where's my whiskey? That's like some alcoholic shit.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I'm not in the mood, I'm not drinking, I'm not doing nothing. I have to be in a good mood to drink.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because it's like, it's a waste. Like you want to have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I drink. You know? I've never like felt the need to drink to like forget the pain. I mean, granted, now with the babies, I'm like, let me have a drink to take the edge off, you know?
Oh, I be having glasses of wine every night.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I told you, did I tell you? I forget, but now, yeah, I think I told you. Chia now, who normally like would never just drink for no reason, you know, now after a long day with the babies, it'll be like, 6, we're having dinner, I just hear, because she's pouring herself a nice little glass of white wine.
Well, yeah,
you know?
she doesn't like the red. She gets allergic reactions to it.
She does. It makes her heart palpitate, she says.
Weak human being.
But I tell you, man, that wasn't her before. You know, Chia used to do shit like, her idea, we'd be in Canada in her room chilling, and she'd be like, let's do something called the Centurion Beer Challenge or some shit like that. And it's like, you take a shot of beer every hour until you reach 100 shots or some shit like that.
I can't even imagine that shit.
Dog, that was Chia, bro.
That doesn't even sound like her.
I told you. Was a big beer girl, won a twerk contest in Regina, Saskatchewan.
I can't even imagine her twerking. Like,
it's great.
I could just picture her in a robe coming out, giving me a nice little hug, playing with kids, and then sitting on that recliner and just watching the world go by.
That's all she do. That's all she do now.
Yeah.
And it's great. She used to love roller coasters because I love roller coasters. We go to Six Flags, get on everything. But now she's like, motion sickness, headache. And it's great because even though Veda is like a little nervous about it, because she loves Disneyland, of course. We took her on the Cars ride. I mean, she loves the Cars ride too, but and Veda was tall enough for the Cars ride. We took her on there. That's her like fastest ride she's been on. Now, like, I'll be driving on the freeway. She's like, I want to get on the Cars ride again. I'm like, okay, baby girl, let's do it. And maybe next time we'll get on a roller coaster. She's like, okay, I want to, but I'm a little scared. I'm like, don't trip. You're gonna love it. I can't wait.
And then show her a video of Uncle David on a roller coaster. And then she's like, I'll never ride this ever again.
Imagine that's Q, you and Q. Just you big old gentle giants.
He's like, I'll go if Uncle David goes. It's like, guess we're not going then, dude. Yeah.
Imagine our babies playing together one day. How adorable. What the fuck?
Dude, I can't wait, man. I get a little sad because he's growing up so fast. And I already see his face changing a lot. And it trips me the fuck out. But then at the same time, I see like people's older kids. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be a fun stage too.
It's so fun, man. You know what? Like, even though, me and Chia were just talking about this, how we look at Veda now and she's officially not a baby anymore. Face, personality, the way she speaks. It's like, you're not a baby, you are a little kid, and it is kind of sad. But she's so fun. She's like legitimately funny. And she got bars, dog. What the fuck? Veda got bars, bro. I always play these little rhyme games with her. Like, and I've been doing that for a while, but let's say, I don't know, it'll be like, Veda, like, oh, look at the TV. I'm like, oh, look at the TV so you can see me. And at first she would be like, I go to the BB. And she's just like saying shit that sounded like it. But now, bro, it's fucking wild. She said some shit the other day.
Envisioning the hereafter, listening to Steve Wonder.
The metaphysical, when I'm mixing chemicals. The other day, she said something random where I was like, and I said it joking around because we're talking about Rapunzel, and I said something like, tall palace. I was like, yeah, a tall palace. And Veda was like, tall palace, but mall salad. And I was like, did you say mall salad to rhyme with tall palace? Because that's fire, Veda. That's something I could put in a song.
And then watch Q. He can't rhyme at all. He'd be so mad, dude.
Q's just doing yoga in the corner.
My name is Q and I'm here to... That's whack! Learn from Veda!
He's just in the corner, like, doing nails with his mom.
He has an Indian accent doing yoga and shit. Do you want to do downward dog?
He's like, it's namaste, not namaste. Get it right.
He's making dirty Indian food in the corner, just smashing shit up.
Just scooping basmati rice from his diaper.
Very good. Very good. 3,000 rupees. Shout out to Q. Indian Q, dude.
Hey, you kicked my dog. All right, we'll be right back. All right, y'all. Hey, let's have a little fun, okay? I like to have some fun with PrizePicks. What is PrizePicks? PrizePicks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash, all right? With millions of members, PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on PrizePicks. Now, look, my sports knowledge isn't great. That's why I love PrizePicks, because it's easy, okay? Even when I don't know what's going on, I can pick that more or less. And look, PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Cash in on the basketball playoffs with PrizePicks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your PrizePicks lineup. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series, starting with the play-in round. Every lineup you make on PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes Two ticket sweepstakes, which could get you a +1 VIP trip to the ship. Let's go. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today, Junior. So download the app today and use code DUDESFOOD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code DUDESFOOD to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game.
Man, look, making money moves should be easy, right? And that's why I F with Cash App. It's safe, fast, and honestly, it's just way more personalized than those other apps out there. I feel like everybody got Cash App, okay? It's no extra hoops to jump through, no extra stress. All of those tools are right there to help you cash in. Cha-ching! Plus, sending money with Cash App actually feels safe. They look out for you, right? If something seems sketchy or they see you might be sending money to a potential scammer, they'll warn you and make you think twice before you hit send. I love that. It's like having a personal bodyguard for your cash, all right? You can even spice up your payments with custom text, stamps, and backgrounds. Make it fun. Because why should paying your friend for brunch be so boring, okay? And if for whatever insane reason you don't already have Cash App, just download it from your phone's app store, sign up, enter our code THEFOODS in your profile, send $5 to a friend, and you'll get $10 just for getting started. Now that's just lit, okay? For a limited time, only new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, there's no catch, all right? Like I said, download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code THEFOODS in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Cha-ching! Terms apply.
You know that, right? You should have just spoke to Q in an Indian accent just to see what would happen.
I always had thought about that. Like, what if I just spoke to my child or my children in like a British accent?
That'd be crazy. They would have a British accent.
I know, isn't that wild?
You're not damn right.
There's you don't tell me the fuck.
You do not tell me to fuck. Yo, you guys have to listen to that. Kripal. There you go. Kripal.
She came into my yard and she kicked my dog. Oh, fuck.
What? She kicked my dog.
Classic shit. I forgot what I was gonna say. Babies kicking my dog.
Dirty diaper. Indian food.
Let's eat the sandwich.
Okay.
What you get us?
So this is this joint. We won't say the name right now in case it's not good. We'll take a bite and then we'll mention the name.
Take a bite out of crime. See what's good.
I mean, don't like disparaging businesses. It's
You
not my
care
thing.
that the name is literally in huge print on the bags that
They
can be
can't
seen on the coffee
read,
table.
Robyn. Our fans are idiots. They're fun idiots. They have the best personalities, but dumb as rocks.
Fun, sexy idiots.
Yep,
What
you're just
sandwiches
like us.
did you order here?
We might have gotten this place before, but they had
Ooh, this looks great.
Is that the Italian joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kicked my dog.
Ooh, wow. This smells like how it should smell. Nice little Italian cold cut situation.
They have something called a Melrose that looked really good. It's like one of their signature sandwiches.
Wow, this looks great.
And I gotta say, it looks fantastic. I got it with the Dutch Crunch. Everybody loves Dutch Crunch.
Ghost Sando. Ghost.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, this Melrose sandwich is kind of fire, dude.
Mm-hmm. Here. I'll save this for Chia. You can have the second half of this. That's so good.
Was I right? The bread is really good.
Dutch Crunch, dude. Shout outs to Mr. Pickles in Sacramento.
What's a Dutch crunch?
They have this bread where it's like crunchy on top. But it's called the Dutch Crunch. It's like sweet.
Mm-hmm. That's so good.
Oh man, I'm spilling all over myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of a Dutch oven? You know what that is, right?
It's also my favorite.
Okay. Now, I'm such a nice husband. I'm eating the soggy ends, and I'm saving the rest for Chia.
That's his favorite part, you sick fuck.
That's great. That's so good. Okay. Hear me, Mac and Duck? So I'm gonna set
I
this
still
down.
got my favorite shirt. Oh.
Thank you. Wow. Wow, that's really good.
That's a good sandwich. You know, I wasn't gonna finish this whole thing, but I'm gonna finish it.
Here, you should try the other one. I love a good just Italian situation, Italian BMT or cold cut situation. Oh my goodness. Wait. No, you save this.
Okay.
I'll have the other one.
Oh yeah, eat this one.
I'm finally healthy.
Are you?
Yeah. I was sick for like 2 weeks.
This fool is sick every fucking week, man. It's so insane. I'm trying to show this with my baby, and they're like, Beta's sick, Q is sick, Chi is sick.
Guess what?
I'm sick.
Everybody in the house is finally healthy, so come through.
But shout outs to this guy for actually telling me he's sick. There's some people who won't even tell me, and I'm like, I'll kill you, dude.
Oh, dude, I would, the last thing I would want is for me or one of my babies to get your brand new baby sick, dog. I would feel terrible.
That spread is good, huh?
Wow, that's bomb.
That's kind of crazy good.
That's like so good.
That spread kind of has like this tuna salad type of vibe to it. Well, why not make like tuna salad a spread and then add other deli meats to it? Hella smart.
That's a good idea. And as you can see, I turn around to eat the booty because that is where all the juices flow.
See, that's good though, but it's not in the fridge for like hours though.
Bomb. That's great. Wow. Wow, good choice, brother.
Oh yeah, but I don't know. That Marie Callender kind of hit hard though.
I started saying, "Oh yeah, brother," as a joke, like just being silly so long ago, and now it's just a part of. I can't even help it anymore, dog. All the time, I'm like, "Yeah, brother." I say it to fucking Q. I say it to Veda. They got them saying it.
I used to do like so many Asian accents,
Yeah.
like Chinese, Vietnamese, blah 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 blah. And I remember I would slip up with like a Vietnamese accent just because you do it so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Like when you take a slang word and you say it funny just to be stupid, and then all of a sudden, like I used to say lit to be stupid. Oh, it's lit. Now like lit is like every other word is fucking everything is lit now. I can't help it. And apparently now it's just that's like an old head word. The kids don't say lit.
They always say that shit, and then they start bringing the old head words back, and then they're just like, oh yeah, you don't know this? It's like, oh, you just made fun of me last week for it.
Now the kids are like, that's groovy, baby.
Well, what's up, Jive Turkey?
Yeah, what's up, Jive Turkey? You're not being groovy. Oh my God. So every once in a while, fucking like, if you leave your moms in the hood. So eventually, every once in a while, these Toronto accent IG accounts kind of like pop up on my algorithm. And I found one the other day, dog. I learned like 3 new words, bro. First of all, and I know this isn't an old term because I've heard the homie use this before, but they kept saying this recently. Tutu's my word. They were like, yo, what's the worst Toronto slang term? And they were like, tutu's my word. It has to be Gerber. You're a Gerber. Tutu's my word. Hey, yo, tutu's my word. So I guess tutu's my word just means like on my mama or on everything, or I guess as we would say in LA, on the dead homies.
Yeah.
Tutu's my word. Means like, I swear to God,
The fuck does tutus is?
Tutu's my word. And then they kept saying, yo, Gerber. Yo, he's a Gerber. This fool's a Gerber. And at first, I was scrolling through the comments trying to figure out what the fuck that means, and no one replied. No one left an answer, but I guess it means like, oh, you're a little baby, like Gerber baby food. Like, oh, that guy's a Gerber. And then
That whole area of Toronto needs to be destroyed.
so here's the thing, right? I know a homie who's from Toronto and is familiar with the Toronto slang, which is of course very heavily like Jamaican influence, you know what I'm saying? Island influence. And my boy Laith Hakeem. Shout out to Laith. He does really cool tattoos now. He used to be an artist, now he does tattoos. Still an artist, of course. But I saw him say one time that like speaking like that was just something they would do messing around. Like, yeah, those are the slang words, but like, yeah, you kind of just pop it out every once in a while. You know, like, oh, blah, blah, you want to reach with the man them, blah, 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 right? Tutu's my word, whatever. But like these fucking videos of the kids just, all they do is speak like that. He's like, this is weird. Like,
When you turn something fun into something annoying.
it's like, I don't know, I guess they've made it their whole personality, you know what I'm saying? But you know, they're kids.
But the weird thing is like for me, when I see that and I hear that,
Yeah.
it's like, then why are you acting like you've been talking like this since you were a little kid? Right?
They are little kids, David.
No, they're like 14, 15 years old.
Well, when did you start using slang, huh?
Huh? Later. I wasn't saying stuff like that. I actually understood what the fuck they were saying. You know what the weird thing is too? It's not even a slang that comes with it. It's a voice.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a voice that goes with it. Like, you have to have an annoying voice to match that slang.
Yo, well, Tutu's my word. If you leave your mom's in the hood, you're a fucking Gerber.
I'm almost 100% sure if somebody just came up to me just talking like that, I would think that they're fucking retarded. Like, if I didn't know the slang, I'm like, oh, this guy's like probably a little disabled. And I would just be like agreeing and laughing with them. Because when I first heard that, I was like, oh, this is like an inside joke, or you guys are wrong for interviewing people who are mentally challenged. Like, this is completely wrong. It's unreal.
Do you watch Love on the Spectrum?
Yes, one of my favorite shows on earth.
It's adorable.
And Mariel thought that I should be on the show, which I found very offensive.
Well, sometimes it's like, all right, am I allowed to laugh at this? It's like, because it feels, you know, it's adorable and it's so sweet. But sometimes it's like, okay, it feels a little exploitive, but at the same time, it's adorable.
Favorite scene? Guy took this other girl who was on the spectrum as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the girl with huge tits. She works for Disney. She's an artist.
To Africa? They went to Africa or no?
No, not that one.
Okay.
This is she's actually kind of cute.
Okay.
They went to dinner,
Uh-huh.
and then this guy's like, I play the piano. So there's like a piano at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Starts playing and singing a song, and she joins him all off key. And everybody at this dinner spot's like, what the fuck is going on?
Amazing.
But obviously, you know, the producers and the restaurant's letting them do it. But it's just watching how they are completely oblivious as to what they're fucking doing in the middle of a fancy restaurant. Just walking up to a piano and singing off key for like 10 minutes.
Wow.
Amazing, dude.
That sounds great.
What it's like to be in that world of theirs where they're just doing whatever they want must be fucking fun, dude.
You know, without worrying about what the world thinks. It's pretty cool.
I love it, dude. Love on the Spectrum. There's this guy where I started to realize, actually, because of Love on the Spectrum, when we started going to those anime conventions and those like conventions, I'm like, I thought these people were weird. They're just on the spectrum.
For sure, there's some slightly like autistic people.
Not all of them, but
Yeah.
there's a good chunk, right? Where it clicked. I was like, oh, they're not weird. They're just on the spectrum.
No, real talk. Now that the conversation is more normalized and there's more of an understanding of what being on the spectrum is and like being autistic and all that, there are for sure people in high school that I was cool with, and I look back now where I'm like, first one I'm like, that motherfucker was weird. But now that I see what that is, I'm like, oh, they were for sure like kind of autistic, you know?
There was a kid who, and Korean churches have this thing where you always kind of like punk or bully the younger kids out of like camaraderie, right? So it's like you kind of haze them.
Yeah.
And there was a kid that it was my turn to haze, and I was hazing this kid. And then after about like a couple of weeks, I was like, oh, he might be like on the spectrum. And the only reason why I knew this is because my brother used to work with autistic kids. And I don't think other people understood because they were like shoving him and like trying to pants him and do all this other stuff. You know, everybody went through the same thing, and we would laugh and we would joke, and then after said you're part of the crew.
Yeah.
But this kid, I saw this kid one of the kids like hit him with the pillow in his head. It's a pillow. and they were punking him. They shoved him, and the kid looked visibly angry and upset. And I was like, And the next time they punked him again, he just looked sad. And I'm like, and I tell the guys like, hey, you guys gotta stop. Like, I don't think that he's getting it. He's like, no, we all went through it. I was like, I don't think he's like normal in that type of sense. And I asked his parents if he was like on the spectrum or if he had autism. Like, no, Asian parents, they're like, my kid's not stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And my brother was the one who gave me a heads up about it. And then later on, they did find out that he was autistic. They just, they were in denial. They don't want their kid to feel like they're the odd person out. And I just picked it up because he wasn't understanding these social cues. I was like, oh, fuck, man. You guys were punking an autistic kid. I didn't know, God. I didn't know.
Would you ever do a reality show?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
We're going to catch like random boners for no reason.
As...
Episode 1, David's watching VR porn.
Oh, shit. They'd have to cut out so much of me jerking off if they followed me around for 24 hours.
Tim, on this episode, can you stop going to your kid's playhouse and masturbating? We have 4 episodes of that already.
I just, as much as, I've said this before. It's like, I wouldn't want to go on a reality show until after I've hit my peak and then I'm falling off. Because I love reality TV. Like, I really do. Like, I grew up watching Road Rules, Real World, like the OG reality shows on MTV, and I really wanted to be on those shows until I told myself, no, I want to be like a real actor and do real movies and shit, right? And then I'm like, I can't do reality because it's kind of, comes with like a stigma. And, back then anyways. But now I feel like in the future, I might have told you this, but I want to do a show where, I'm retired from the entertainment shit and I go back to school to get my degree. And then the reality show is me back in college getting my degree.
But no Adderall allowed.
Oh, my God. And then I'm forced to join a frat because I never joined a frat in college.
Have you taken Adderall?
No, I haven't taken anything.
You should try it.
I don't know how, like,
get it prescribed.
So the lady that gave me my consultation, she prescribed Ritalin to me, if I wanted it as an option. Ritalin. No, I haven't. So I haven't tried anything. So hey, ADHD people, leave your comments of what you take and what you like and what you don't like. Let me know.
There's a lot of different ones now, but Ritalin I didn't like. I think Ritalin was the fast acting one that has like a short lifespan.
Okay.
I didn't like it. It was like a little too much. Like when I take Adderall, there's like the dosage I have is pretty small apparently. I take a quarter of that. I like quarter or a half, and it's just enough to where it kind of focuses things for me. So Mariel noticed when I took, I didn't tell her. She was like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "You're like, you're not on your phone. You're you're paying attention to me." I was like, "She doesn't know it's the Adderall." Like she goes. I told her, I'm like, oh, I actually took the Adderall today. She goes, that makes sense. She goes, like, you're very focused. You're like talking to me a lot slower. And your ideas are just on one idea. I was like, yeah, that's what it feels like. I'm like, oh, is this how normal people think?
Dang.
Like where they could. So if I were to explain like how my brain works, I'm pretty sure like other ADHD probably can relate to this too. Like if you got legit diagnosed, if I'm having a conversation about something, right? Mine is like something I enjoy. Like we enjoy this podcast, so it's a lot easier. But it's like a task that you could just get done regularly.
Like Gene's brain or no chaser? Oh, God, give me the pills.
Give me the pills, please. Like it'll be like
Nikki, I know.
Nikki, I know. You're hot. Hot girl problems. I get it. Oh, don't you hate it when people are so nice to you for no reason? And they just say you're talented?
Nikki, that's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. We're just kidding. There's a thought bubble. Like this is the task bubble, right? And then as I get closer to it, I should be able to touch this bubble. But then as I get close to it, 6 other bubbles pop up. And I go, oh, what's that? And I go here. Then that opens to another bubble. And it just goes on and on and on. Then 4 hours later, you're shitting in a toilet that you forgot to flush.
So Chia lately has been chuckling. She doesn't make fun of me out of it, but she's been chuckling to herself. Because, of course, people don't know what happens in our brain, right? And I know there's ring footage of me, like, where it looks like I'm probably just like a Sims character fucking tweaking,
Yeah.
So the other day, she was just laughing because we had came in from the mall and I, like, What she saw was me going from the kitchen, walking near where the shoes in the front door are, walking all the way around the couch, and then coming back to the kitchen to grab something. She's laughing. She's like, why did you do that right now? And I'm like, what? She's like, why did you go all the way around there to do nothing? You came right back to the kitchen. I was like, and I had to think about it because I forgot why I did that, you know? And I was like, oh, I went to go grab my sandwich because I thought my sandwich was by the door, and then I realized my sandwich was in the kitchen. And then as I was walking back to the kitchen, I thought, oh, wait, did I leave something else like by the door? So I stopped to look, and then I came back when I realized I didn't leave it there, and my sandwich is in the kitchen, you know? She's like, oh, okay. But for her, it seems like I'm making random circles in the living room, you know?
Mario got to see my ADHD in full effect because she was not working while she was on maternity leave. She actually got to see it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
She saw me get work done, and she was like, I don't know how you have businesses and how you get work done. She goes, I've seen you move around this house in circles. And I was like, what are you doing? And I was explaining to her, and they kind of force you to think about these things. I'm like, oh, well, this is what happened. I went down to the garage because I was going to go out the garage to get the mail. And then I saw the scratch on my car. So I started Googling how to get rid of scratches without having to pay for a body shop. And then I started Googling how much would it cost to do that, then what type of grit sandpaper I need. And then I realized that we have a sandpaper, a grinder, so I went looking for that. And then I saw some of these plant stuff, and that's why I was in the yard doing gardening. She goes, that was like a 2-hour thing, and you just went to go get the mail. I was like, do you understand? I didn't even know that much time passed. And I just didn't get anything done for 2 hours. And then I get fucking pissed because it's like I wasted 2 hours of my fucking day.
We're going to hug each other. We'll be right back.
For those who love traveling and things like that. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I have a whole Mexico City trip I'm doing with y'all in November, and we have half the spots filled up, which means the trip is locked and loaded, ready to go, but I have like 10 to 12 more spots open if y'all want to come travel with me. We go to Mexico City. We're taking tequila making classes. We going to like some fire taco spots. We're gonna like learn about the city, and who knows? We're probably gonna turn up a little bit, So link is in the bio description if you got a little bit of extra money and you feel like taking a vacay with me for 4 days, and it'll be a good time, man. Pull up. I'll give y'all. We're literally just going to be kicking it and eating and drinking for 3 or 4 days. And it's not just a vacation, y'all. It's a vacation with me. So, come on, let's go.
I'll tell you what I've gone out of my way to do so I actually get some script writing done. Because I actually wrote a little bit the other day, and I'm like, I need to fucking barrel down and write, okay? And I saw a YouTube video the other day about like, man, if you're really distracted like that, just eliminate all distractions and make yourself do it, So
He killed his wife and his kids.
yeah, I locked everybody, tied them up, threw them in the closet. And then I just ended up watching The Last of Us. But
You never did it.
so normally...
That would be such a funny. There's a Netflix documentary about the man who killed his family because he had ADHD and he needed to get work done, but he never did because of his ADHD.
Yeah, I finished Breaking Bad finally, and then I'm like, oh shit, my kids! Everyone's just skeletons in the closet. Normally I'm like, hey, I'm gonna drop Veda off at school, and then I'm gonna sit in Starbucks and write, But even at Starbucks, you're distracted, you know what I'm saying? There's people, there's your phone, there's everything. So what I did for this week, I'm dropping Veda off at school, and we have Irene coming, the nanny. So I'm not gonna be home. And I booked myself a fucking WeWork office space for 3 hours. I'm gonna sit in a cubicle, force myself to write.
I'm going to give you some Adderall. And I'll give you a quarter. It's like
Okay.
it's like this big. It's so small.
Okay.
And it's interesting, right? So I don't want to say you feel normal, but it's more like you feel, for people who have ADHD, it's not an upper. People who don't have ADHD, apparently, because chemically it's like meth, it becomes an upper for them.
Okay.
So it gets them like hyped. And for us, it does the opposite. It calms us down. And that's what it felt like for me. Like it slowed everything down.
Is it gonna kill my creative brain?
No. The creativity is there, but for me, what it does, it just helps me focus, right? Not even like an extreme type of way, just normal. Like it just feels normal. Everything slows down at a normal pace. Instead of my mind going bing, 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 it just goes, oh, this is what I need to get done. Let me finish this. On to the next task, on to the next task. So when my buddy took it, he took it in college to help him study. He would get lost. He sat on the toilet for hours because he was playing, not Puzzle Fighter, but the Bejeweled.
Okay.
And he was on the toilet for like hours until his ass went numb because he was playing Bejeweled because he was on Adderall.
Oh, he was so focused on it?
Yeah, so for me, it doesn't do that. I don't get that deep into it. What happens is I just finish the task and move on to the next thing. So it helps me function like a normal human being, I guess.
Well, here's what I want to do. I want to do my first hour and a half without it, and then I'll take the little sliver of Adderall and then see the second hour and a half is any different. Because I want to see if my brain can just focus.
I did all the tasks I needed to get done, I remember that day, at like half the time, which was pretty fucking nuts. So like what I do is that, on a day like today where you saw my list was fucking nuts, right? I didn't take it today. I just didn't feel like it. But on the days that I need to get shit done and I take the Adderall, it's kind of crazy like how much I can get done in terms of like on a timely manner. And then it feels pretty damn good. On the other days, I have 1 or 2 tasks I need to do. It doesn't matter if I get it done 4 or 5 hours versus like 1. It'll get done. So I don't take it.
All right. I'm interested. I'll try it out, I guess. I'll take your little drugs, dude. You want to pass me the drugs? You want to be my fucking plug? I'll take some drugs.
I'll get to it. I ate that whole sandwich. I'm so fucking full right now. It hurts.
The bread it's delicious, but it is girthy.
The bread got me, and I love me a nice Italian sub.
Me too, dog.
Like the vinegar, the pickles.
Pepperoncinis, yeah. It came with it, or you had to request that on there?
No, it was already on there, dude.
That is like...
That shit got me, dude, and now I'm gonna be full for the rest of the day.
I'm very sleepy.
I'm very sleepy, fool.
My name is Sleepy. I only got like 3 hours of sleep last night because my dumb ass was up to like 1 a.m. getting some work done, but also, just bullshitting as well. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll set my alarm for 6. I get a nice 5 hours before the podcast. But for some reason, both fucking babies were crying at 4.
What?
Yeah, dog. First, Q was kind of making a little noise. I mean, he fell back asleep, but Q was making a little noise at 4. And at first, he was calling mommy, and I was like, I kind of perked up, and I poked up a little bit, and I was like, he's calling mommy. I'm just pretend like I'm still sleeping. and then Veda started crying too. After Chia kind of got up to check on him, I'm like, oh shit, well I gotta get up now too. And she had a nightmare, so she was like just crying in bed. So like I went to her, like I poked in there. I was like, what's up, baby? She's just crying. I knew she had a nightmare. I knew that's what it was because she doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? She's, I had a bad dream. I'm like, it's okay, mama. I just kind of like rubbed her back until she fell back asleep, and then I went back to sleep. But once I was up, for some reason, my mind was just kind of, I had a Vietnamese coffee before bed too, like because we had pho last night. So it was.
Why would you ever have that?
I know, but in my head, I was like, I'll get some work done. And I did get some work done till like 1, but I think the whole shit was still kind of in my system. So once I was up again. And yeah, it was, so I'm pretty sleepy.
I'm waking up like a fucking farmer now because of these kids.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm waking up at like 5 a.m.
Oh.
I'm not used to that shit.
Yeah.
Like I usually wake up around 8.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh my God, dude, like being up this early, but you got to do what you got to do.
Welcome to the club, my guy. Now you can text Chia every morning because she's up at like 4:45.
I know. Good morning, dear. Go fuck yourself. Just text that, and I just.
She'll probably love that.
Oh, dude. It's like, yo, somebody else is awake. Thank God.
Seriously. Well, that's like her time. Like if the world is asleep from the babies are down by 8 latest, 7, 8, and then if we get the kitchen clean and everything, we have like an hour, Sunday's like our night, we watch our show, now we're watching The Last of Us, and then once that's done, we'll probably watch the last season of You, but like every Sunday is like, get the babies down, have some wine, order some food, and that's like our night, But that's like a late night for her. Oh my gosh, she's going to bed at 10, oh my gosh, it's a late night.
Dude, when we were out till like 2, for the Disney shoot.
Yeah.
Bro, I was so tired the next day.
Same.
Oh my God, dude. I was like, what are we fucking in our 20s again?
Yeah, I'm like, this is crazy.
I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, man, I was like, you were out till 2? I was like, you think I wanted to be?
Yeah.
I was like, we had to do what we had to do.
I know. We did not want to be there that long. And then I gotta go to Vegas this weekend. Because we're doing a bunch of stand-up shows at the Jimmy Kimmel Theater. We're doing 4 shows, dog. 8 p.m., 10 p.m., Friday night, and Saturday night. And then Sunday, PD Flow's getting married. He's having a fucking Vegas Elvis wedding. Not a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, because he knocked her up, huh?
No. They've been together for so long. Elvis wedding. And so we got to dress in fucking like, he wants us to wear like vintage suits and shit. I happen to have like a fun one. Rick is like, can't Peter just be normal? I don't have a 70s suit.
Dude, look at Peter. What do you think, dude? He's so goofy. There's no way.
But he's going to be there. So it's like 3 nights in Vegas. She was like, 3 nights? Oh my God, that's crazy. But yeah, I've never left the babies for that long.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be on for 3 whole nights. I haven't told Veda
Just wait
yet.
till you go to Mexico.
4 nights. You coming?
We'll see. I don't know, man. We'll see where the baby's at. I'm like, even now too, just like being away from the kid. Like I haven't been away from this kid obviously since he was born.
Yeah.
A day.
I know.
It's just being gone a whole day freaks me out a little bit because it's just, he changes so much.
I know. Guarantee you, dog, first night you have to be gone for any work. You're in Hawaii or whatever. You're literally just going to spend your night just looking at pictures of him.
He has a little stranger danger, just a little bit now. But this fool the other day was looking at grandma and grandpa. And they don't come around that much. But he was like leaning up against me, holding my shirt like this. We were cheek to cheek. And I have a photo of it. He's just like this. Like, who the fuck are these people? I'm like, damn, look at your face, dude.
Dude, same shit. Because, Veda's 4, right? But
Yeah.
Yaya and Poopy, my parents, we used to have like weekly, they'd come along like every week. But then she probably hadn't seen them in probably like a month and a half because we're in Toronto and then we were sick and then my parents were sick. So she hadn't seen my parents in a month and some change. And then they came over recently, brought some food, which was great. And normally Veda, she knows like, hey, sawatika, yeah. And then my dad will bring her like a little like chocolate treat and it's just, thank you, Poopy. And they're good now, right? But she was so like, wouldn't even look at them, bro. Like my dad handed her a chocolate, she took it, ate it, didn't say shit. Just like a little. And then my mom was like, Veda, sawatika. And she was just like, wouldn't even look at her. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give her a little talk. She's being a little weird. And then she, after I said goodbye to my parents, because she wouldn't even look at them, she was like, well, I already talked to her, told her like, that's kind of rude. She has to say something, right? And I'm like, baby, why were you being like that with Yaya and Poopy? She was like, I don't know. I felt like they were strangers.
Whoa.
I just felt like they were strangers and I was shy.
Your parents got abducted by aliens?
Maybe, dude.
And they replaced them. And only kids know.
And she could see like the green aura floating around them.
So what you guys see is your parents. What they see are aliens.
Well, they couldn't replace them with less annoying parents. Like
No, the technology is very good. They got down all the mannerisms.
they scanned just everything.
Yeah. They're like, oh, wow, these people are really annoying. It's like, I got to be like that.
they get off work, they like zap out at midnight and they're like, God, man, I hated that. Jesus Christ, just listen to your son.
Why do I have to say these things? Damn. Take a video this way. Dude, it's so hard. Damn.
I hate you.
I hate you. He goes, that hurt me to say, by the way.
He's like, you think I feel good about this? Tim, you think I feel good about this? I hated it, dude.
Oh, they abduct you? Yeah. It's like, dude, we're not going to even probe your ass because we feel so bad for you.
Because
man.
your mom's so up your ass all the time?
No, there's no space for us in there. We're just here to talk to you, man. How are you doing? Are you okay?
They're like, honestly, you want us to get rid of him?
We got this thing that'll just pew pew.
We'll take him away forever, bro. No, don't do that, aliens. I love them.
But
No one makes Gropal like my mom.
Yeah, but you can't even hear that. All you hear is this. Well, guys.
Nice little sexy 40 something minutes there for you.
I am so fucking full. I am up to my ear in sandwich bread.
Make sure you, hey, we might be going on tour soon. Buy a Dudes Send Food shirt if you haven't yet. Those are still on sale. Get you a bottle of jesturescourt.co. By this point, they have been shipped out, so they're ready to go. So get you a bottle of my Brandy, in case you forgot about it. What else? We're going to Mexico in November. I'm taking y'all with me. Make sure you get a ticket. Spots are filling up. Come. David might be there. Nick Blades might be there. So come through. Say what's up. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yo, it's the dudes behind the food.